Utah.
Morning, Brent.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Brent.
Good morning.
All right, I think we muted everything out. Good to see everybody this morning. Happy Tuesday. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I want you to think this morning, our word for today is affirmation. Now we can't get to everybody, but I do have in just a second, I'm going to have a few people, hopefully, that's willing to share something that maybe they tell themselves on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, something, on a frequency that has to do with affirmation. And so I'm going to talk about it really quick because affirmations are absolutely huge to incorporate in our daily life. If you look at the definition, it's the action or process of affirming something or being affirmed. It brings emotional support, encouragement to ourselves. It's a statement or a proposition that is declared to be true. A lot of times, even before it's true, right? Even before it's happened, I'm putting it out there. There's things in my profession. There's things in my personal life. There's things in my spiritual life that I work on affirming to myself, and on a daily, a weekly, a monthly basis, and it helps me stay on course. I'm going to just tell you personally, affirmations is big because without them, I think I would look at everybody else's plate while mine is getting cold. Meaning, if Dr. Kenneth Ferris is growing a business faster than me, it could drive me nuts until I realize that I'm affirming my own goals, my own dreams. I'm on my own journey, right? Right. And so, or maybe it's my health. If I'm not careful, I'm looking at somebody else's six-pack abs mad because I don't have them, And so I've asked over the years many successful people how they maintain their motivation, how they maintain their focus. We just recently, about a year ago, spent some time with a documented billionaire that self-started his company. And one of the things is he says, I affirm every day. I have my company affirm with me every day the goals and the things that we want, and we affirm it. We talk about it. So highly successful people use daily affirmations every day, right? And I believe it's to the mind what exercise is to the body. I believe affirmations is to the mind what exercise is to the body. And Andrea is going to talk about some hows. How do we use affirmations? But I believe also affirmations turns I can't into I can. Right? And I think about some of mine. I win the day. I hashtag win the day a lot. It's because it's an affirmation for me. I win the day before the day's even started. Okay. I am going to be 1% better today than I was yesterday. That's another affirmation for me. I will have patience because sometimes my patience is legendary. So I have to affirm patience. I have to say, I will be kind. I will serve others today. I'm going to find opportunities to serve others. I will keep out greed and ego in my life because I believe that the devil can jump in at any time and make me so greedy and make me have such an ego. How many of you feel that from time to time? So I have to keep that out. So that's just some of mine that I wanted to put out there, but maybe ask some of you, raise your hand so maybe I could unmute you if you want to share something that maybe you say to yourself a lot that you affirm. And then I'm going to turn it to Andrea to the how. Anyone? Arlene?
I say
Okay,
every day,
Arlene.
every day I say to myself, because of my age, I have options. I not very many options left. And I say to myself every day, Arlene, you have a choice. You can stay up here and live in the beautiful mountains, or you can be in a restaurant in a diaper in a wheelchair. What do you want? And I tell you what, I have no choice. I know exactly where I'm going every single day.
Arlene, I love it. And I saw you doing those setups the other day, and that was amazing. And I fish with a guy a lot. We try to go every 90 days. And his thing, when he walks out in the morning, he says, I'm not letting the old man in. I'm not letting the old man in.
Oh, man.
And I want to tell you, he has an amazing life. Rick Redford. We're getting there, buddy.
There we go. Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I did a training about time management on Sunday night. And if you were on that call, you know that my goals, my governing values are stated as affirmations. And so I'm just going to read one of them to you. I've got 9 of them, but the one is, I am the ultimate time manager. I make plans every day. I follow my values and goals faithfully. I utilize the complete time management system. I make time for the priorities of my life. I accomplish all that I set out to do. I do not stress out when I'm faced with unexpected urgencies. I have taken control of the events of my life. I do not waste time.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Kenneth Ferris is raising his hand. Let's go to Dr. Kenneth. Give us just a second, Dr. Kenneth. We'll
First, can we go to Ann real quick? Because I think she's unmuted already.
Ann, go ahead.
I guess I'll even go with my little hat on here. I have a tendency to kind of look at things from a 360. I look at everything, and it's hard for me to realize that I can just take it one step at a time. And right here on my fridge, I have this affirmation that I read every day. And it says, I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. And what I can do, with the help of God, I will do. I love that.
And that is amazing. Thank you for sharing that this morning.
Sure.
And let's see if we can go to Dr. Kenneth.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, buddy.
Okay. My job requires me to be on the go all the time and, dealing with patients. So I have 2 affirmations. I have to tell myself that my body is fit and strong. And I need wisdom and guidance when I'm dealing with my patients on what to do and how to treat. So I say all the wisdom and guidance I need is in me now. And those are my.
I love that. I love that, Dr. Kenneth. That is really good. Thank you for that. Thanks for sharing. And listen, if you didn't get to share your affirmation, put it in the comments, because I'm going to move to Andrea right now, and she's going to talk about like the how-to with affirmations. But if you don't apply this to your daily walk, I highly encourage you to, because it's truly life-changing to have these affirmations, because, man, we go through this world and it's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of ups and downs, and we've got to talk to ourselves. We got to be selfish enough about ourselves to talk to ourselves, because those affirmations will get us through for the win.
Well, I love this. I thought this word was so powerful, and I have all kinds of notes, so I'll try to run through them quickly. But what I found was affirmations are reminders to our unconscious mind to stay positive and focused on our goals. And by cultivating this kind of success-focused mindset, we raise our vibration. Like, we've all heard that, right? Like, raise your vibration, and we're able to attract more high vibe opportunities, resources, people into our life, which makes it easier for us to achieve our goals. But one of the things, like I can hear it, it's so funny when you kind of have this debate in your brain where I can hear that it sounds a little woo-woo, right? Like, can't you hear your dad? Like I can hear my dad saying, oh, that's just, crazy talk, or that's just, voodoo, something like that. But I'll tell you, each and every one of us, in my opinion, already use affirmations all the time. They just tend to be negative, right? So if you think about kind of as we go through the day, maybe we get out of bed in the morning and we're like, oh, today is going to be such a long day, right? Like we're looking at our calendar and we're telling ourselves it's already going to be a long day before we get out of bed. Or the kids ask us for something and we say, oh, we can't afford that. Or I'm too old for that, or I could never, right? Like how many times do we like have in our brain these kind of negative affirmations that propel us throughout the day? And it's like, do we ever stop and say, why not? When we tell ourselves these things repeatedly, they're going to keep reinforcing these negative perceptions of the world and of ourselves. But we can absolutely turn them around and we can turn them into positive affirmations. So I'm going to talk real quickly about how do we create our own affirmations like Rick did there that speak to us and that Anne did. So choose one negative thought about yourself and write down the positive opposite, okay, that counteracts that belief. So if you think about it, let's just pretend you're like, oh, I always make mistakes. Like maybe that's something that you tell yourself all the time. Flip it around to say, I am capable and experienced, right? Make your affirmations short so they're easy to remember. You can say it on the fly. Start your affirmation with I or my, because we're talking about ourselves. So instead of just a generic, have a great day, turn it into I have great days. Write it in the present tense. So instead of putting it in the future, I will be wealthy, right? I am wealthy. I am wealthy right now. I am patient right now. I am powerful, whatever it may be. Put it in a current present tense and don't put a time period on it because that limits yourself, right? I will be able to take the kids on a great vacation next year. Well, gosh, you might be able to take them on a great vacation this year. So don't put that time limit on yourself. Don't begin with I want or need, because it starts your affirmation in lack. So we're not affirming that we want something and we're not affirming that we need something. We're affirming that we have it. So focus on the gratitude. Even if you don't have it today, focus on that gratitude of what you're getting. And then make sure that all of your affirmations are positive statements. And I think this is kind of like when our kids were little and we wouldn't want to tell them, like we'd want them not to run into the street, right? And instead of saying, don't run in the street, because their little subconscious minds, they're just going to hear run into the street. Instead, we'd tell our kids, stop, right? Stop right there. So our subconscious minds work the same thing. So don't put the negative words in there. So for example, I'm trying to look at this. So it says, well, I'm eliminating my miserable thoughts, right? Well, instead, put it in a positive. I am happy just as I am, right? So just try to flip it around to the positive and then add your positive emotion into it. So I win the day, right? But it could also be, I am excited because I win the day, right? So put that emotion into your affirmation. The more emotion that you have when you say it, the more your subconscious is going to believe it, and the more your conscious is going to go make it happen. So this was a great one today, Coach. Great lesson. Learned a lot. Love you guys. I'll see you back tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely amazing. And I love affirmations. So this was a great word. Guys, thanks for sharing. Thanks for putting in the comments all of your different affirmations. And hopefully the live broadcast going on Facebook, you did the same in the comments. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back tomorrow. on Hump Day Wednesday. Love
Love
you guys.
so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Great
Wonderful
call.
work.
Appreciate
Hey, Brent,
Thank you for letting me